video too to that one. But yeah. And then sometimes definitely being new parents, it's like definitely a learning process for a couple. We were, you know, young couple, we've been dating. Thank goodness we didn't date like for 6 months and have a child. Thank the Lord for that though. Thank Jesus, because we've been dating for 6 years before we had Junior. Well, before I got boom pregnant, which was not actually a surprise or a mistake. Well, children are never mistakes, obviously, but it was not a surprise really, because yeah, because we've been so long together and whatnot. I wanted to get off birth control because it was killing my stomach at the time and moment for Junior. Baby 2 is definitely a surprise. That was unexpected, but Junior was really not. It's just when it finally happened, I was like, oh, I took like 4 pregnancy tests to make sure. Went to the doctor and they confirmed it, and I was like, oh, okay, I really am pregnant with him. I was like, I had to take 4 to make sure. I was like, I don't know if this is right. It's my first time. It's like, yeah, you're pregnant. And then I was like, yeah. And he's a wonderful baby. He just acts so grumpy with mama a lot of the time at home with just me and him, because I'm just mama. So he's just trying to communicate with me and whatnot, obviously, because he can't use words just yet. He's getting there. He almost could say outside. Fish almost even, because he has a beta fish. It's on right where my finger's at. It's a blue beta fish that me and my mom got him when I was pregnant with him. I told my mom to help me name it. That's when Trump was in office, so we named it Freedom. And now there's not freedom in America right now. With Biden in office, Lord Jesus, give us strength. Bless my children, bless my children. Give them yum-yums, Jesus, in a time of famine and chaos and higher crime and etc, etc. But yeah, that's his beta fish. I love beta fish. I've had beta fish now for years before, you know, having children. Beta fish to me have always been easier than goldfish, because every time I get a goldfish, I make sure they're clean, fed. They grow for a little bit and then they always die. And then other people have beta goldfish and they live for a long time. Me, no. I'm like, me and goldfish, I don't know what it is. I try to take care of them. They still always die on me. So I'm like, for some reason, betas, I love them so much because they're just easy maintenance. I change them, I feed them, and make sure they're safe. Like this one's in a nice tank, and that tank actually lights up. That his daddy bought him at Walmart, which is actually just like $30. It's like a perfect tank. It's lovely for my his beta fish, his blue beta fish, named Freedom. But yeah, they're beta fish. They live usually up to 3 years, and usually my fish usually live 2 to 3 years. Usually the bad thing is when they die, they crack their necks a lot of the time. So they're like, I'm like, that's pretty brutal for kids. So yeah, I think at least he's small still, but I'm like, it's the only brutal thing. Well, most fish, I think, crack their necks if they die in a certain way. But usually they have a good lifespan for sure, betas. So I always love betas. We will always have betas, me and the baby. And obviously his 2 dogs, Noah and Sally, they're actually in the living room taking a nap because we're in Junior's bedroom. No, he's having fun. But yeah, so me and baby been together for, so 6 years, had Junior. It's definitely a journey, you know, because it's been a learning process for both me and him, because it's our first child, of course, just in general, and it's together, our first child. So, you know, it's definitely, as new parents, you get frustrated at each other or whatnot, because you're still just learning. So there's times when Junior would wake up at 3 teething or 5 teething, and I'm exhausted and frustrated, and my partner is exhausted and frustrated, so we're just both mad at each other. There's sometimes where we just get mad at each other in general, because we're parents now, and it's like we're tired, want to do our own thing, but at the same time, you know, we got a baby that we have to split and help take care of at the same time together, especially on weekends. Because I'm like, I need some sleep for a second, especially being pregnant. And I'm like, just watch him at least for a little bit. And then you can do your own thing and relax for the weekend while you're not, you know, while you don't have to work. So it's definitely a learning process. We get there. We get along. We do love each other. I'm just so tired and grumpy, like I said, a lot of the time. And his dad has patience too. But yeah. Yeah, baby, huh? Daddy? Daddy? Where Daddy? Daddy at work, huh? I love you. Here, put him in there then. Here, put him in there, sweetheart. But yeah, it's definitely a learning process. Sometimes we, like I said, yeah, and being in a relationship, being parents is funny. It's like we love each other, and then sometimes we don't, because we're like, don't like each other for a minute, because we're just frustrated parents, we're just tired, etc., etc. We still have our relationship to work on still a little bit. Like, I trust him, but for me, it's always been hard and difficult to trust a man fully. So I'm like, I find it sketchy. I'm not to the point where I could trust him 100%, because it's just things we have to work on together as a team and as partners. So, like, I trust you to a certain extent, but it's like 100% not fully just yet, because I need more from you to trust you 100%. So it's just one of those things. But do trust him, like I said, but not fully, not yet. Like, that's what we're waiting for in our relationship. Once I could trust him 100%, once we could communicate a lot better, we can get married, stay together permanently, even though we are probably anyways, because we have 2 children. We do get along most of the time, but we do both have things to work on at the same time. Like, my thing is, I'm just could be frustrated and grumpy. I'm emotional. I overthink things. I had anxiety issues, you know, before I had children. So that's still things I need to work on. He needs to work on, you know, trying to be more compassionate, more kind, more considerate. Definitely. Compassion, kind, and more considerate is my partner's work on, and the way his speech is. Me, you know, like I said, being a mom of 2, I'm exhausted. I try. Once I could be good, and then boom, something could just overwhelm me, and I'm like, I'm like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like anxiety, like I said, because I had that previously before I had children. So I always have to mellow that back down. But my partner, his speech, it's like, you need to learn to be more kind. If I could trust you, we'd have to work on the trust and the speaking to each other more. Then we could get married in our relationship, and then for me, it'd be a smooth ride and just the waves in the ocean, and then we'd just be going with the waves with our 2 children, but with the Lord and Jesus helping us, of course, number 1, because no relationship is made without God. God's help for sure, because nothing's perfect in this life, and cheating just can happen anywhere and everywhere, you know, in general. But just his speech, because it's like sometimes it's like he could be rude or just a grumpy butt, and I'm just like, working on that would be nice, because I'm more very sensitive. I like more of a person telling me it's going to be okay, etc. Not a person telling me you did this wrong, you did that wrong. I'm like, that doesn't help when I'm not that kind of personality. My kind of, what I need to hear is, it's going to be okay, you're going to be fine, just relax, but in a calm way. Not in a way that it's like, oh, you're just freaking out, oh, you're just always have anxiety, oh, you're just, etc., etc. It's like, you don't need to tell me like that, because that makes me worse. Instead of being like, it's gonna be okay, just go sit by yourself for like 5 minutes and relax as a mom by yourself for a minute. And I'm like, yeah, but in a peaceful way, in a calm way, you're gonna be fine. Which he does, like I said, but in a different tone. I'm like, a different tone is what I need to hear, because I'm more, like I said, I'm definitely more sensitive. My sensitivity's up here. My partner's is down here. Like, he doesn't really care. Men don't anyways, obviously. They're just like, don't need compassion and pampering as much as girls, because I'm like I said, I'm super sensitive. I will cry, and then I get anxiety, because I'm like, because, you know, etc., etc. But our relationship's good. We're getting, like I said, we're getting there. We're working on it. Like I said, the 2 things for me I feel like we need to work on is trustfully. Once we get there, I'll be like, hallelujah, my anxiety will calm down a lot more in a relationship. That, number 1. And number 2, the speech. We need to talk to each other, him especially. And like, I need to work on my anxiety and mellowing out things. Settle down. But yeah, I do love him though. My butthead, my boyfriend, I mean, his daddy. He's still entertained. I'll take him outside soon. My son now. My stomach's still sleepy though. What do I mean by that? I'm like, yeah, I still got morning stomach. I gotta be careful, because my Ruthie, because being pregnant, I'm like, bull. I need to drink some more water. I'm sleepy. His grandma, Angel, should be coming home soon. She had a 2 a.m. shift to work. So I think she'll be here probably at like at 10 a.m., 11:30 a.m. It takes her a while to drive back because her commute. But yeah, I'm sleepy now. Bye. I love you. My son's leaving. Like I said, I'll take him outside soon and show him outside for a little bit. Snow White has the poopies anyways. I gotta make sure she don't poop the floor because, oh God, I would not be ready to clean poop on the floor. Changing my son's diaper right now, pregnant, I have to wear a mask. It's always been easy since I gave birth to him. It's just while pregnant, I can't handle smells. So it's very hard. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna puke and have to change my son's diaper at the same time. That's pregnancy for you. But yeah, one day at a time with Jesus. And God help us all. And life's pretty good. Like I said, my mom's hanging in there. I really pray to go see the monster trucks. That'd be so much fun. I hope so. That's at least exciting. I still want to take my son to the Fresno Zoo and the Monterey Aquarium. No. Those are my dreams and goals right now. If I could calm down throwing up, it's like, Ruth, can you let Mama not throw up for 1 minute, please? Because I would love to do that. Like I said, take my mom to get her out of the house and whatnot. Oh, are you going poo-poo? Oh, okay, my son's taking a poop. But yeah. Yay, that's it. God bless us all. I'm gonna take poopins now.